The last thing we need is any kind of sequel, prequel, or spin-off to Weapons. The fact that this even needs to be said is frustrating because Hollywood never learns the right lessons from success. Zach Krieger's latest horror film opened with an impressive $42.5 million on its domestic opening weekend and has received considerable acclaim from critics and audiences alike. But if early rumors are to be believed, then the angle they want to take for this follow-up is an immediate no from me. Spoilers for Weapons ahead. Apparently, Zach Krieger and Warner Brothers are in very early discussions about pursuing a prequel film centered around Amy Madigan's character, Gladys. Originally, Gladys was meant to have her own chapter like many of the other characters in the film. This would get into her origins and explain how she ended up at Alex's house. However, this was cut very early on for pacing, and Krieger took a different approach with Madigan. In crafting the character with Amy Madigan, Zach Krieger gave her two potential origin stories to choose from. The first being Gladys is a sick old woman that turned to dark magic to heal herself, and the second that she is not human at all and some unholy creature in a disguise approximating what a human being might look like. And according to Krieger, Madigan never told him which origin story she chose. A prequel film would then, in essence, nullify this sense of mystery, filling in way too many blanks and giving us answers to questions that just don't need them. Amy Madigan is incredible in this movie, and her Aunt Gladys is the most magnetic performance of the bunch. But her limited screen time in the film is so deliberate and in the perfect dosage. I think for all the payoffs this movie does provide, the things it leaves unexplained and ambiguous are all the more effective. Now, what should the studio be taking away from the critical and financial success of this movie? One, definitely keep Zach Krieger in-house and give him a blank check for whatever movie he wants to do next. And number two, continue to prioritize moderately budgeted, original, filmmaker-driven horror like Sinners and Weapons. Cannot overstate how much I loved this movie, but most of all as a singular, standalone cinematic experience.